All praise, glory, and honor be to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kwakadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth the right way, with passion, rebuking and exalting. And shalom to the elect of Israel, starting with the 144,000. I could say I've been preparing my mind because when I first came in this truth and listening to the words of our elders and apostles, it prepared my mind for the time as if the time was right there, as if the time was coming right then and there. When I first came into this truth, I'm like, wow, I got to get right. We got to get right, because it wasn't just me, you know. I have family members and everything that's still very well involved, you know, and it's a growing process. But I was just preparing my mind. Let's start here. I believe I already got this one lined up. Matter of fact, before I go there, I'll start there anyway. Ecclesiasticus 2:1. I remember where I was going. Let's get it. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, prepare thy soul for temptation. The Lord here is in lower cases, so we're speaking about Yahushua. We come to serve Yahushua. Men, you know, my sons, you know, and doing that, we have to prepare ourselves for temptation. And death is a likely temptation, you know, to escape death. What they say in the world, self-preservation is the first law of life or something like that, you know. But we come in this thing as sheep, you know, hearing the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, of our Lord. We know that he suffered, so we're going to have to suffer, all right? Prepare thy soul for temptation. It's going to be times we're going to be tempted with all type of things, you know, even whatever the Lord bring upon us, you know, from Job, you know, just his anguish, his pain and everything, him being stripped of everything. And then you got King David, you know, was tempted with the maiden, or with the wife of Uriah, you know. And the thing about King David, he repented, right? King David repented, you know. Psalms 139, which is my favorite, one of my favorites, you know. 139 is one of my favorites of David, of Psalms, one of my favorite chapters. Verse 24, it say, and and see if there be any, let me open it up. In fact, let me go to like 22. Okay. Psalm 129, verse 22. I hate them with a perfect hatred. I count them mine enemies. This is the wicked, starting with Esau, Edom, and two-thirds of Israel, you know, the rebellious Israelites. Search me, and the heathen, all right, the other heathen nations. Search me, O power, Yahweh, and know my heart. Try me, and know my thoughts, and see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. Putting his faith in Yahushua. Lead me. See if there's anything wrong with me. Guide me, help me. Keep me from the hour of temptation. Help me to keep your word. Right? which takes me to where was I going? Why does it escape me again? That's crazy. I'll go here. Let's go to 1 Peter chapter 4:18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? And if the righteous scarcely be saved. So that means even the righteous. We're going to go through trials and tribulations. We're going to go through hard times. And for some of the martyrs, it's going to be like unto Yahweh Shai. You know, it's going to be painful. You know, in the wilderness, what happened? You know, the only ones that made it of that first generation was Joseph, Salakia, Joshua, and Caleb, scarcely being saved. Okay, and it's going to be the same thing in these days and time, especially at the end. The time of Jacob's trouble, it's not like everyone is going to go untouched. All right? Yeah, you might eat, or you will eat. If you're a righteous servant of Yahweh Shem Shai, you will eat. But what they do in the wilderness, they didn't want to eat the manna. They didn't want to eat the quail. They wanted all the things. They wanted the bread. They wanted all the yeast. You know, they wanted all the leaven of Egypt, which 2/3 of our people are going to be on the same time in these days and time. You know, you got Issachar and all those coming through the border of Issachar, so-called the border of Issachar, right? And now we got the Levites coming over here to be judged or to be saved. All right? This place is going to be left as a burning altar. You know, matter of fact, let's go there. Revelation 18:18. Let's start 17. Revelation 18:17. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood afar off. That's the rest of the beast. That's the rest of the beast. All those other heathen nations, you know, around the world outside of America. You know, NATO and EU. You know, they're gonna draw back. They're gonna be standing afar off, looking at America, getting hit with nuclear fire and getting hit from those highly concentrated beams of light of fire rays coming out of the chariots. And people don't see it happening. Chariots, it's gonna be spaceships bombing America. Yes. Destroying all the wickedness. This is going to be a burning altar. Let me continue. Verse 18. And cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? All right. That city goes in, like the elders say, a place with citizens. And America is a place with citizens, and most of the people here are wicked, except for the elect. 1/3 so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, West Indians, Haitians, and the speckled bird. You know, because you're over here. Even the speckled bird, you're over here. You know, you might look like the other heathen nations, but your seed go back to your father, a man of Israel. Right? Verse 19, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour she is made desolate. In 1 hour, this place is going to burn up They're going to be utterly destroyed, and all the remnant of the, yeah, I want to go here too. All the remnant of the other nations, they're going to see this place being destroyed from a distance. Even on, you know, they might have TVs. There might be some TVs still up around the world for them to see what's going on. Just like what happened in during the Twin Tower situation. All right, let's go to Jeremiah 51 and verse 1. Thus says the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind, right? And will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble, right? Jacob's trouble, they shall be against her round about. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow. All right? Against him that bendeth. You know, how many times have America went out bending their bows with their arrows, their missiles, their weapons, their war destruction, their weapons of destruction, destroying everything, all these countries that don't submit to its so-called power, right? Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly, destroy ye utterly, destroy ye utterly all her host. Okay? America been going all over the place, destroying things left and right. And now the Lord is raising up these nations to do the same thing back to her. Let's go here. And you think through all this, it's going to be a cakewalk? It's not going to be a cakewalk. It's going to be famine. It's going to be hard times. You got to prepare your soul for this. You know, you got to prepare your heart, your mind for this. Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah 13 and 5. They come from a far country. And who are they? The host of the weapons of indignation, the warheads, the nuclear missiles. Is that the IBC, intercontinental ICBM missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles? All right, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation, to destroy the whole land here in America. And the Lord with them, even the Lord, and his weapons of indignation. Ezekiel 5 and 16. When I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you, and I will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread. And that's happening right now as far as the famine part. And there's going to be more famine when those missiles start being shot off. And Jacob's trouble is not going to be a cakewalk. It's not like you're just going to be able to get through it with no problem. I keep on missing this point. Every time I come up, I'm thinking of something. I'm thinking about something else. Burning altar. Yeah, 18. Let me jump down to verse 20. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High have avenged you on her. Salaki, give me 1 minute. Thought I heard something. You know, rejoice over thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High have avenged you on her. That means America is going to be totally destroyed. And with the elect being scarcely saved, you know, even the martyrs, all right, we have to prepare our minds for the time that's really coming. You know, back in Egypt, like the time we're getting prepared for during the Passover, it wasn't no simple thing. It wasn't no easy thing. And then when we got into the wilderness, that was the point of faith. That was the point of faith. Where's your faith at? Do you really trust and believe in the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua? Do you really believe he's going to deliver you? It's going to come to a point where you're going to have to go from one destruction to another, one destruction to another, one destruction to another. You know, in my lesson I did the other night, it was just a realization. Some of us are going to have to come to grips with the fact that we're not only just going to watch other people go through this stress and this pain, you know, but even some of us of the hopeful elect, the hopeful elect, like I'm saying, the hopeful elect, that we're going to have to get our minds conditioned that we're going to go through some hard time. Even though we're being made numb, it's just realistic. That's what I want to get. The water Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's what I want to get. Let's go here first to Revelations 10:10. And I took the book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey, because we learned who we were. Those that's been seeking for who they are, the truth of life, period. Now we found out what it's really about. You know, like it's written, the Lord revealed his secrets to his prophets, and he did that starting with Abba Bivens, you know, our elders, our apostles, and our apostles, elders, and bishops, you know, and now we here. Now we have a clear understanding of what the Bible actually really means, you know. But it comes with two sides. The Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is balanced. And yeah, now we know who we are. Now we know what we have to do because we've been lied to. You know, we know that now the laws that you've been reading about, you know, the 10 Commandments that you always used to pull up, you know, until they started saying they're done and away with, you know. Now we understand that it's those commandments is a foreshadowing of what's going to be in the kingdom. We understand that we're to rehearse the righteous acts, keep the high holy days to the best of our ability, you know, follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, and first and foremost, utterly have faith in Yahweh Shai, like King David. We have all fallen short of the glory of the Most High. If a man said he's not a sinner, then how it go? If a man said he's not a sinner, he's a lie. All those things were done on purpose to make us humble, to humble ourselves down to anything the Lord wants to put on us. Job was the perfect example. So we got to prepare ourselves for the evil too. It's not going to be a cakewalk. Okay, Revelation 10, I'm going to go to the middle. As soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. All right. We take this word. Once we eat it, once it gets down into your system, it gets a little bitter. It gets bitter. It's like, damn, our people are wicked. Our people are gonna die. Family members. We're gonna go through a lot of hell. It's gonna be a time like never before. It's not something simple. It's not something where you can just think. Now, granted, I love the fact that a lot of brothers do bring out the hope, right? The Lord having an expected end for us, a positive expected end for us, which ultimately is the kingdom. And on top of that, which ultimately is getting on them chariots, salvation from the destruction coming. As we just read in Jeremiah, in Revelations, right? But it's gonna be bitter. Only 2/3 is gonna be utterly destroyed on this side. 1/3 is a big number, but 2/3 is a bigger number. Psalms 119, 103. How sweet are thy words unto my taste, yea, sweeter than honey to my mouth. Because we know that in the kingdom they're gonna the 2/3 are gonna come back. That's the promise to Israel that Yahweh Shai made. But we're not standing on that. That's like that's the least of the best that we're gonna receive. But we want the most. We want the best, and it's gonna come with. Here we go. Acts 14 and 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, that we must through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of the Most High. Through much tribulation. It's not like we're not going to go unscathed. Some of us, it's like that thought of Job, what he went through is going to be on your heart. It's going to be on your mind. And that's what's going to make people look at you like, dang, man, you look beat up. You look discouraged. And you still trust and believe the Lord going to save you? Or he got your best interest in heart? They're going to be like, man, curse the Lord. Just curse the Lord and die. That's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to say. They're going to be right there with you going through hell. Talking all that shit, still being rebellious against the Most High. No faith. Oh, why he do this to us? But we don't got that mindset. We ain't got that mind state. And Lord, wouldn't he help keep us with that mindset? That he's our salvation. And calling on those names. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Barakatah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Ahabatah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Call Halayullah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Bless you, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Love you, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. All praise be to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Scarcely saved. You're going to have FEMA troops kicking your ass, all the other military groups kicking your ass, probably trying to get you on a trailer or in a bus. That don't mean it's over. That don't mean it's over. All right, that's all my lesson was about the other day. You know, that don't mean it's over. You know, they're gonna feed us with things that's idle, and if we know for a fact that those things are abominable, we're not supposed to eat them. It's gonna be a trying of our faith for all of us, and I guess that's what I'm going into this whole week. Pretty much, is like a trying of our faith. We will be tested. The Lord didn't just give us the good; He gave us the bad as well, and we just hope that we're worthy. Let me get that before I leave off on this. No, that's not the one I want. Just the one I want. Yeah. Mark 10, verse 30. Let me go up. Mark 10, verse 27. And Yahushua looking upon them, saith, with men it is impossible, but not with the Most High. For with the Most High all things are possible. Like I'm saying, you know, it's going to be hard times. It's going to be rough times. It's going to be scarce times. It's going to be hell on earth. And the elect, you know, the hopeful elect is going through that right now. We're getting prepared for it. You know, mentally, spiritually, you know, and physically. You know, whatever happened to this flesh, man. Blame it on the flesh. You know, our bodies are going to have to be changed anyway, Lord. Wouldn't we be a part of that hopeful elect number? Our bodies are going to be changed anyway. You might end up losing a toe, losing a limb, losing an arm. You still got your heart. You still got your mind. Is it still focused on your Yahushua, or you going to be mad at the Lord? You're going to start rebelling, start losing faith. Like, oh, man, I must be one of 2/3. No, that ain't what that means. Being restored through faith by the mercy of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, we're going to get new bodies. Most of the people in the world don't understand what's about to happen. They don't understand the mind of the Lord. Right? All things are possible with the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Then Peter began to say unto him, verse 28, then Peter began to say unto him, lo, we have left all and have followed thee. You know? And Yahushua answered and said, verily I say unto you, there is no man that have left house or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my sake and the gospel's, but he shall receive an hundredfold. But he shall receive an hundredfold now in this time, houses and brethren and sisters and mothers and children and lands with persecutions, and in the world to come eternal life. And that's what we're fighting for. You know, we're fighting for our brothers and our sisters, our fathers and our mothers. You know, our wife, our children. Even though we have to put a lot of that to the side at this time, seek ye your own soul salvation, that others might be saved. You know? Let me get that. I've been bringing that up. I don't like that version. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 16. Take heed unto yourselves and unto the doctrine. Continue in them. For in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. Okay? It's not gonna be a cakewalk. It's gonna be difficult times. It's gonna be real difficult. You know, you're not gonna be able to find something to eat here and there. But you will eat. If you're of the Lord's servants, if you're of his elect, you're gonna eat. It might not be what you want. And you don't sit up there and argue with your husband or argue with your family members because things ain't going right when you're supposed to be quiet. When you're supposed to be quiet and focus on the Lord, say a prayer. Right? That's why we're praying and fasting now. So that we know that everything around us is fake. Everything around us don't mean shit at the end of the day. Everything around us is vanity. Everything. Except for the Lord's chosen. Everything else is going to be destroyed. Everything else is going to be destroyed. Here in America, everything else is going to be destroyed. And at the end of the day, we do these lessons for the elect, for the elect's sake. The time is getting shorter. Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Those days, this is going to Jacob's trouble. They're going to keep on, there's going to be false prophets, you know, popping out the woodworks here and there. They're in Jacob's trouble. Come this way. I got you. I'll save you. That's not how we're going to be working. That's not, we're not going to believe in that. But how many people are going to follow those people? It's not going to be no TV, no television. It's not going to be nothing to tell you except for what the Lord had put inside you during that time or before the time of Jacob's trouble. Come in this way. I got you. I can save you. Oh, he's over there. The Lord is over there. Go follow him. He's over there. Because a lot of our people are still stuck in the fact. They really believe like what the Amalekites believe. They believe that Yahushua hasn't come here the first time. And a lot of our people are stuck in that same mind state, especially those that go to these whorehouses, these Christian churches and everything like that. They really, come on, believe it, y'all. We had an inside scoop when we was going to those churches. We had an inside scoop of their belief system. They thought that heaven was already on earth. Right? And I mean, they thought that the people that's supposed to be in Israel, the children of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, they thought that you were not the children of Israel. They thought that the people that was over there in Israel, let's get it, are the people. But none of the prophecies have happened. It's been nothing but more wars. After Yahushua returned us to the land of Israel, there's not supposed to be any wars. It's been nothing but wars since them people been over there. The 48ers, 49ers, or whatever you want to call them. Baruch 2 and 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities, all around this world, under the order of the beast, under the order of the beast, America and NATO, under their military prowess. You are in the land of your captivity. You are not in your homeland. So-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, we are here to serve out a sentence. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. Them people over there right now, the 49ers, the 48ers, they didn't have to go through that. They had everything set up. They didn't have to go through that. They were in one country, Germany. They were in one country. What did the Lord say? But in the land of their captivities, plural, more than one. They were in one country, in Germany. And then after that so-called, whatever happened, they were dispersed to all the other countries. And what? Were they captives? No. They were running shit. They were running shit. The music industry, they started running, they were running banks, starting with the Rothschilds, the Rothschilds. They was running financial institutions, baking and trading, coming up with commerce, sending us into slavery, sending us into captivity. Working for pennies on the dollar. You got some of these artists out here that's doing the same thing. Y'all working for pennies on the dollar. Y'all straight slaves. And that's a part of the curses. Cause y'all ain't gonna be prosperous in this land. That's why they put taxes on y'all. That's why they give y'all loans. It don't matter how much money that y'all can match them. They still gonna have you in their pocket until Yahweh shall return and set everything right. But in the land of our captivities, right? In the land of our captivities, being subject to all these, starting with Amalek, all the other Edomites, and all the other heathen nations, the gas stations, the supermarkets. We have to go to our enemies for the wants of all things. They ain't going through that. They ain't been through that. They came over here after what happened in Germany. They came over here, and they went all over the world conquering through financial and through deception, using financial, spiritual, and military power. The blessing that was given to Esau. Once again, Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, because they're going to be scarcely saved. The devil coming down, having a great wrath, knowing that his time is short. The time of Jacob's trouble. And this being the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. Just something to think about, to meditate on, to pray about. Remember King David being repentative. That's why he said, Lord, search inside of me, seek inside of me, see anything that I'm doing wrong, that I did wrong, and take it out of me. I'm gonna get that one more time before I close, and I'll close out on that perhaps. Psalms 139. Yeah. Yeah, I love this verse, man. This chapter. Let's start it here. Let's start at verse 14. I will praise thee, for I am fearful and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, for that and that my soul knoweth right well. My substance was not hid from me when I was made in secret, and curiously wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. You know, King David had to keep his hand from being bloodied. You know, he didn't want to offend a man of the Lord, a prophet. You know, one that was a servant of the Lord. He don't want to do nothing to Saul, even though he had opportunities, right? Those moments of temptation. You know, set your heart aright. It'll be moments of temptation where you might feel like you might have to slay somebody. But if they're a man of the Lord, how do you know or not? So we have to come in the steed of Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai didn't have that carnal mindset. And that's what I want to go into, that we can't have that carnal mindset. Anything in this world is not worthy of going outside, you know, using our flesh, all right? I say that, using our flesh, being carnal. Even your hands, even fighting somebody. You can kill somebody with your hands. You can hit them a certain way and they fall, and, you know. Now, the Lord is going to give certain men spiritual powers. So don't get it twisted. It's not like, hey, if it's a whole army coming against us or whatever, the Lord's not going to save you out of that. You know, his elect men are going to receive those special powers to heal, to defend, and ultimately when the kingdom of heaven come down, it's on and popping. That's when, you know, all faith is going to be manifested. All the faithful are going to be manifested in that time. Their minds, their hearts renewed, their bodies renewed, and then it's hunter time. Fishers turn hunters. Right, but until then, my substance was not hid from me. You're going to eat. The servants of the Lord, they're going to eat. When I was made in secret and was curiously wrought in the lowest parts of the earth, thine eyes did see my substance, yet being imperfect. And in thy book all my members were written, which in continuance were fashioned, when as yet there was none of them. Okay? The Lord is going to keep his elect around, starting with the 144,000 men. And the rest of the elect men inside the 1/3, besides the women and children. And our families are going to bring one little one's going to bring forth thousands. You know, those that's written in the book of life, those that's written in the book of you know, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. The elect, they're going to be bringing forth life, you know, being fruitful and multiply. How precious also are thy thoughts unto me, O power. How great is the sum of them. If I could count them, they are more in number than the sand. When I awake, I am still there. I am still with thee. Okay? When we out there, you know, to those that's going to be in the field or in them camps, we have to remember, let's go up top. Let's go up top. Psalms 139, and I'm going to start at verse 1. O Lord, thou hast searched me and known me. Thou knowest my down sitting and mine uprising. Thou understandest my thought afar off. Thou compassest my path and my path and my lying down, and art acquainted with all my ways. For there is not a word in my tongue, but lo, O Lord, O thou knowest it altogether. Okay? There's nowhere we can go, nothing that we can do, that if we're part of that elect that's gonna that's going to keep us, going to keep us from his mercy, from his grace. And that's not giving us an excuse to do anything, wicked or to go off. All right? But it's to learn what not to do. And like King David, he didn't keep on going and committing adultery. Okay? He didn't take Saul's head when he had a chance to. And go back to the original one. In verse 23. Search me, O power, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts. And see if there be any wicked way in me. And lead me in the way everlasting. See if there be any wicked way in me and take it out. Remove it from me. I don't want to commit adultery. I don't want to murder, one of your people. We are going to be faced with these certain temptations. Women, your best bet is just to be quiet through the whole thing and do whatever your husband tell you to do. From Abraham to Sarah, what he told her to do, right? And lead me in the way everlasting. Lord willing. With that, I hope this lesson is edifying, exalting, or exhortation, to strengthen, the hearers, the listeners, to let you know, man, to prepare your mind. It's good and evil. It's a balance. And we're going to have to do, through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we're going to have to endure it all. With that, I'm going to close out, giving all praise, glory, and honor. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we're going to have to endure it all. With faith, with faith, with faith. All praise, glory, and honor be to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Kwakadash, double honor to our elders and apostles of the great millstone. Till next time, Adawan Ratazar, endure.